Good afternoon, everybody. Today's topic is microstrip or patch antenna. Uh, these antennas are very important because these microstrip or patch antennas are used in cellular phones, used in spacecraft, aircrafts, and many applications. Okay, so let us start. Uh, Microstrip or patch antenna. It is clear from the name we have to create some patches on conductor and that will radiates the signals. Okay, so basically these antennas are made from patches of conducting materials on a dielectric substrate above a ground plane. A microstrip antenna consists a sandwich of two parallel conducting layers separated by a single dielectric substrate. Now, figure. In this figure, you can see uh, this is the patch, then the layer which is dotted, that is the substrate, dielectric substrate, and the last, that is ground. Okay, so you can see there are three layers basically: uh, ground plane, then substrate, then patches. The patch conductors are normally of copper and gold. The lower conductor functions as a ground plane and the upper conductor may be a simple patch of any desired shape: rectangular, circular, square, triangular, hexagonal, elliptical, etc. Any type of shape. The dielectric constant of state should be low, approximately 2.5, less than 2.5, in order to enhance the fringing field, which are responsible for most of the radiation from the patch. Now, what is this fringing field? Basically, fringing field is the peripheral magnetic field outside of the magnetic core. It is also known as the A's effect. It is clear from this name, A's effect. It is basically the bending of the electric flux lines near the edge of the parallel plate capacitor. Uh, in aircraft or spacecraft applications where size, weight, cost, performance, ease of installation, and aerodynamic profile are constrained, low profile antennas are required. In order to meet these specifications, microstrip or patch antennas are used. These antennas can be flush mounted to metal or other existing surface and only require space for the feed line. Now see the construction. It consists of a very thin, means the length should be less than lambda, thin metallic strip called patch placed above a ground plane. The strip and ground plane are separated by a dielectric sheet called substrate. The radiating elements and feed lines are usually photoetched on the dielectric substrate. You can see this diagram. This patch antenna can be created as a PCB design. So you can see the ground plane, then the substrate, then this is the height, this is the patch of thickness T, width is W, and length is L. This is the top view of the microstrip. antenna. Top view means we are seeing this antenna from top. Now see this side view. See this side view. Side view of microstrip antenna. Here you can see this is the dielectric substrate. This is the coaxial cable. The ground plane thickness should be lambda by less than lambda by 10, lambda by 100, sorry. Now this is the metal patch. You can see these lines coming out from this metal patch. Basically this is the radiation from this patch antenna. Actually, where the patch is discontinuous, radiation will be more. If patch is continuous, there is less radiation or no radiations. So here at the edges this patch is discontinuous, hence we have these radiations. Here if the profile is same, there is no radiations. Now see some typical patch parameters. The dielectric constant of substrate epsilon r equal to 2. The thickness of the patch T is lambda by 100. The height of the substrate less than lambda. Lambda is in 3 meter. Frequency is approx 100 megahertz. Length is less than or equal to lambda by 2, and width is less than lambda. So these are the typical patch parameters for microstrip antenna. Now what are the applications of this microstrip antenna? They are used in spacecraft, in aircraft. They are used in applications where aerodynamic drag due to antennas should be nil. They are used in telemetry, satellite communications and defense radar systems to operate over a frequency range of 1 to 10 gigahertz. These are also used in biomedical applications, and as we have discussed already, these are very popular in cellular phones. Advantage: small size, low weight, low fabrication cost, ease of installation. It does not give rise to aerodynamic drag when used in aircraft. These are low profile antennas. These antennas can be flush mounted to a metallic conductor or to other surface. They do not require space for feed line. The feed line can be placed behind the ground plane. Antenna having some, first is efficiency is less, bandwidth is small. However, the bandwidth can be improved with substrate thickness, low power handling capabilities. Now these are some shapes of. This is the square shape, then circular shape, rectangular shape, elliptical shape, triangle shape, diamond shape, hexagonal. There may be any type of the shape for the patches. The patch antenna acts as a resonant lambda by 2 parallel plate strip transmission line. Its characteristic impedance Z not reciprocal of the number in n of parallel feed transmission line. Each field cell transmission line has a characteristic impedance Zi of the medium, and Zi can be given as under root of mu by epsilon. Okay, now see the end view of field cell transmission line we have used here. See in this diagram. This is the end view of the patch antenna. See, this is the patch, and you can see these are the parallel line. Okay, while here at the uh, end you can see there's some line, diagonal lines. Basically these are called a fringing field, where the field is bent. Okay, and this is the radiations. So we can see the radiations from the microstrip patch antenna occur at the ends of the patches. Okay, now microstrip and this is the microstrip antenna with slots divided into n square fields. So this is the n field transmission line, parallel fields. Okay, so we can calculate the Z naught. This is the characteristic impedance. Now finally the character of a patch antenna can be given by Z Z naught by n under root epsilon ER. Suppose n equal to 10 means there are 10 parallel lines in the field. Then Zp equal to 120 pi by n epsilon ER. This 120 pi, this is the intrinsic impedance of the free space. So the value is 120 pi. If we put these values, we will get the answer, that is 26.63 ohm. If n equal to W by T, width by thickness, then Zp become this, Zp equal to Z naught T by W under root of epsilon R. This expression does not take care of fringing field at the edges. As W is very greater than thickness, this effect is small on the patches. For microstrip line where W by T is small, the fringing effect is accounted for by approximately adding 2 cells. This gives more accurate formula for the impedance of the microstrip line, and that is given by Zp for microstrip line equal to eta naught by under root epsilon R WIT plus Z. Radiation fields of the patch antenna is broad. Its typical value of beam area is 1 by 2 of half space or pi steradian. Therefore, the directivity D of the patch antenna is given by D equal to 4 pi by this ohm A, indicate the area, 4 pi by pi. So finally we have 4. D equal to 10 log 10 4. So if we put the value, we have D equal to 6.021 dB. The effective height of the antenna is given by H equal to under root of 2 R, which is the radiation resistance AE by N naught. The effective height HE of the antenna is H equal to under root 2 RR AE by eta naught. Here RR is the radiation resistance, AE is the effective aperture, eta naught is the intrinsic impedance of free space. Okay, for a typical value of radiation resistance as 50 ohm, we know that. Then effective aperture is d lambda square by 4 pi, and if we put the value 4 pi 4 lambda square by 4 pi, because d equal to 4 we have already calculated here. So here if we put d equal to 4, then lambda square by 4 pi. So we have the lambda square by pi. Now, for matching purpose, feed point can be moved from the edge. Arrays of patch can be used to have more directivity. The conductance of the patch antenna is given by G equal to 1 by 90 2 by lambda whole square for width is less than very less than lambda. If width is greater than lambda, then this equation will be 1 by 120 W by lambda. Now, as we know that the bandwidth of this microstrip antenna is less, so how can we increase this bandwidth? There are few methods. First is increase the thickness of parallel plate transmission line. Second is cutting holes or slots in the patch. These slots increase its inductance. Next is using high dielectric constant substrate, and finally adding reactive component to the patch. By these methods we can increase the bandwidth also. Okay, so this is all about microstrip antenna. Thank you so much.